Alright, guys, how you doing today? It's Proton again. Welcome to a new video. I really appreciate the support on the former one. The support was enormous, more than I could have expected actually. A lot of DMs, a lot of questions were asked, a lot of comments were made. Thank you very much. Please watch this one because it promises to be better than the previous one. Actually, I can say that. So I kind of put up a poll on my Telegram channel and I asked what video should I do next. I think the choices were between liquidity, my entry model, zones, multi-time frame analysis, and some other stuff. But the most votes went for me explaining my entry model. So I think that's what brings me today. No, that's what we have to do today. So, because that's what you guys wanted. So, let's just go over that. And I think it's a very good choice because my entry model involves using liquidity, involves inducement, involves multi-time frame analysis, and all that. So, if someone had chosen liquidity, they wouldn't have gotten the full package. But let's go. So, as for me, what I like to do when I go on the chart, in my previous video I mentioned, it's the same process. I like to do my multi-time frame analysis, like what is going on my higher time frame and what is going on my lower time frame. So I know what my higher time frame direction is and I know what my lower time frame direction is. So let me just clear up this chart. Okay, now this is the weekly direction. From the weekly structure, we can see that we're making highs, lows, and then we failed to make a new high. It's getting that this low is weak, so we kind of like shifted strength a little. We started breaking lows from here, broke this low, broke this low, broke this low, broke this low, and then we got to this point. Got to this weekly demand zone. And then what happened in the weekly demand zone, we couldn't really break it. We didn't go lower than the weekly demand. And then price just started showing some bullish signs. So what happened in the weekly demand zone, if we refine it to this nice IPA candle here, this space, that was the reaction was built up. And then price just went back, I think, a couple hundred pips. Yeah, 287 pips right now. So I already know that, okay? Let's take, for instance, I know that, okay, in my weekly, I've already spotted my POI. This is my POI. The demand is my POI. So what I do is I refine my zones to at most these days. I refine my zones to at most my daily. So I look for my most and my fresh and mitigated zone on the daily, and that's it. Yeah, this is your mitigated IPA candle on the daily. So I know that whatever price does, this will be used as inducement, as liquidity, or whatever, and it's going to come down to this price level here, which of course it did, and it gave a very deep retrace. If you had bought it right at the top, it would have been terrible for you because you would have lost quite a bit of money, unless you were scalping or you took 30 pips or so out of it. But we don't do that here. So then I know, okay, we're going to start shifting in trend when these structures here were broken. So let me just draw out my entry model and what I look for in price. So let's say I have my zone here. I have my zone. This black box is my zone. Price is coming into it. Let me draw it. Too fast. We can see the way I'm trying to just boom. So this is basically my entry model for a bullish market structure. It goes the same for a bearish market structure as well. Just inverse it, flip it upside down. So this is what is called, not I call it. I didn't invent this method of trading. A lot of people call it change of character, Quasimodo's. They call it the famous, or if you don't know, SHBMS RTO. I found that is the most efficient way for me to enter the market. And if you traded retail, you definitely know this pattern, because this is basically just a shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. So it's basically a head and shoulders pattern, inverted and regular head and shoulders. So what I do is I find that this is here, it's my zone. So stop hunt, break a structure, come back for me, and I enter. So let me show you how that works and why it works. Because aside from knowing that something works, we need to know why it does work. So yeah, this place, the reason this place is my zone is because in a bullish market structure, for me to really put my attention or give attention to an area, that's to have done something significant regarding liquidity. So look at this here. Price came down, as you can see, price was trending down, and then obviously got to a high time frame zone or something, and then made a reversal. But before it did, you can see this high here broke this first high, signifying rise. So in here, obviously there will be POIs, maybe an order block or something like that. But this was for early buyers. They got stop hunted, like their stop losses were taken. They were manipulated out of the market, and then the price broke the structure in the direction. So I'm sure a lot of us have experienced this, where we place a trade and we see, oh, this has to be it. This is my 20 RR trade of the week, blah blah blah. But then all that happens is price just takes out your stop loss and heads in your direction. That's just a manipulation. It's just a draw on liquidity. Your stop losses and the multiple orders placed in that area were attractive to price. That's what I like to call it. So price had a reason to come to your level and take you out. So then it breaks structure. Then what does it create? It creates a failed reaction. This failed reaction is what is called an inducement. Right here. Why is it an inducement? As I like to explain, if you check the dictionary, an inducement is something that makes people do something. So they feel like, okay, this is the right thing. But most of the time, an inducement is just a very well presented trap. So look at this here. They tell you an order block is the last buy candle or the last sell candle after a structure is broken. So let's look at this way. This structure here was what? This high was raided. It was broken. Obviously leaving behind what? An inducement. See, the big guys, the real smart money, not we guys, retail traders like us. I don't think we're all trading any smart money, whatever. Because we're all trading retail. We don't have the ability to move the market. So we're basically buying from the big guys. We're taking trickles from what they let go. So the big guys understand what we trade. They have the best traders, some of the best traders. And they know what smart money is, no matter how we like to ourselves that it's a hidden concept, even though it's become popularized over the past 1 to 2 years. But look at this. Why would they, if order blocks were so easy to trade from, why would they give you a free order block to trade from? Just why? Why would they do that? That would be terrible for them, because everybody who buy a Lamborghini is buying Ferraris from trading, because any order block you see, you just take it, it goes your direction. But no, that's not how it works. There has to be like a filling of orders. Like orders have to be filled before you know that okay, this level is valid. But then, in the wake of this, you know that this is a strong low here. And what is left in here as well? A POI is going to be here as well. Probably a this thing, an order block, an IPA, a hidden base. Anything that works for you, a mitigation block, whatever anybody calls it, all those ICT talk. That is not filled yet. And as we know, these guys have to fill their orders. They have to take their money because they have to recover their positions. So what they have to do is induce these guys, give them a probable spike, maybe 10 pips, 20 pips. They feel like, okay, I'm going to buy a Lamborghini tomorrow because I know the secret to order blocks nowadays. So they just take this and then they feel like, oh, we're going to break structure. But what happens? This high fails, or this low rather, fails to take this high, hence becoming a weak low, which is an inducement itself. So all this then becomes what? Bottom. Inducement for this guy. I hope you understand. Stop hunt, break of structure, inducement, return. Mitigation with another Quasimodo as well. Or probably just this and blah blah blah. And the price flies. That is the process of mitigation that I just explained. Mitigation is what happened here. They had to come back and mitigate whatever was left in here, if you understand. So let me show you how that works on the high time frame or in the lower time frame. After seeing my daily here, I can see that clearly this structure here, this high was broken. Why would I consider this high and not this as the high? Let me explain, as I explained in my last video. When you look at structure, be very clear what you consider structure. So this was the last pullback, which is basically an order block before a structure was broken, right? So this region here was up, down before the structure was broken. Hence why price reacted off it, although it did take out the liquidity there, as I mentioned. So one pro tip I like to give is when you see clear order blocks, most of the time they are traps. Not every time, but most of the times they are traps. I've developed a system where I don't need to trade from order blocks. I just need to trade from zones, reaction points, and price. That's what I need to trade from. So I'm not exactly reliant on order blocks, not at all. So let me show you. Now we know we're coming from our zone, our daily zone. And why does this zone qualify to be a strong level in the first place? Let me show you. This entire structure here, there was a stop hunt here. You can see the stop hunt. And there was what? A break of structure. Where is the high? The high that caused this low, where is it? This is it. Now what happened? Got taken out here, leaving behind a strong low. I hope you understand. It's not as confusing as it might seem on the screen. It's pretty easy just to understand the concept of strong low, strong highs. So, but then when we look at it, this was the last order block, right? Are they even? Yeah, it's an order block. Sorry, my trading view is tweaking. Bro, what's up? Yeah, you can see this was the last order block. And what happened? You took this straight. Price probably reached this point here, blah, blah, blah. You can see this order block was mitigated immediately after this lower structure here was broken. See, that's why I like to explain. I don't want to give out too much, but this would have been my breakup structure here. This one would have been my breakup structure. Because as I explained before, this one here now, I'll consider this as a major breakup structure, probably on the daily or on the weekly or whatever, or whatever time frame. But as I said before, look at this. You can see this was the high that caused this low. Hence, whenever this high is taken, then leaves in its wake. What does it leave in its wake? Look at its own Quasimodo in here. The price repeats itself all over and over and over again. You can see. Take on liquidity, break a structure. Where is the inducement? This is the inducement here. I hope you understand. This is the inducement that tricks people into thinking, oh, we can buy here, we can sell here, blah, blah, blah. And then there's an order block in here before the structure is broken. Take 50% of the order block because it's a very big range if you don't want to refine too much. What happens? You get tapped in. Easy. I don't do this, but I know people that do. In fact, it works. It works a lot of the time. Take this trade because you know you're coming from a high time frame zone. Take this trade. So yeah, where would be a first target? Target failed highs. First off, target failed highs, which is what this high here. This high is the failed high here because it failed to make a new low. It failed to take out this level here, hence signifying that this buy is coming from a strong level. So target this point 1 to 9. Easy. You risk 17 pips to make 160 pips. Insane. And if you're feeling weird and you think you're Spider-Man or something, you can target this place, but I wouldn't. Let me tell you why I wouldn't target this place and why it's good to have safe stops. 1 second. Alright guys, I'm back. I made a very silly mistake. I actually explained my entire process. I think I was done with the video. Then I realized I wasn't recording. I already explained the entry here and I was going to explain perhaps another one on a lower time frame. And then I realized I wasn't recording, but I think this is where I stopped. So I'm just going to edit the video and just add it. I was talking about having safe stops and reasonable targets. So after taking this trade here, why did I say I would have my take profit here? This would have been my take profit because this is a weak high, failed to make a new low, blah, blah, blah. This would have been my extreme take profit. Because then I have to understand that this price here did take out liquidity, yeah, and it broke structure, yeah, leaving behind an IPA. That was mitigated at first by this candle. So I think I didn't mention this in that recording, but let me tell you what I said. Mitigation equals future inducement. Look at this here. That's a pro tip that if you can use, it will work magic for you, bro. It would work magic. Look at this. This IPA here was mitigated by this one, hence the drop. Pew. Then this mitigation then became what? An inducement for this guy. Then it became stop hunted and structure was broken. That is why this guy is valid, if you understand. It became an inducement here, creating another leg of stop hunt BMS RTO inducement. See how price works? It works like a clockwork. Like it does the same thing all over and all over and all over and all over again. So you can see here. why this price here is valid. Then here, price came in here, the same thing. Then this mitigation here became what? Inducement as well for this guy. For another stop hunt, BMS, possible RTO, take it. If you understand, that's order flow. That's order flow right there, and mitigation. It's more in-depth than what I mentioned, but that's just the basic idea of order flow and mitigation, at least in my own terms. You can see this. Present mitigation equals future inducement. Please note that. Backtest it on your charts. It works every time. Present mitigation equals future inducement. You see how this present mitigation here became inducement for this area, and this present mitigation here became inducement for another POI inside here. Just look at price that way and things become easy. It becomes easy, bro. It becomes easy. That's just it. So we take that by our extreme take profit. Yeah. I don't know about you, but there's no reason on earth, bro. There's no reason on earth for me to take a swing like this. I don't know, maybe I might be blaspheming now. Maybe in the future, I'll become one of the best swing traders you know. But right now, there's no damn reason, bro. There's no damn reason for me to do this. And tell you, hey, I cut 700 pips on Euro USD. Bro, fuck that. I wouldn't tell you I did that because I didn't and I can't. But I can't. But I won't. For what reason, bro? In here, holding this trade for a 1 to 40R, 720 pips. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But why would I do that when I could easily just hop in here, take my profit here, hop in here, take my profit here as well, hop in here again, take my profit up there somewhere to the left, probably this level here, take out these highs, because I know we're making new highs, up in here, take my profit. I'd have like multiple 15R, 20R, 30R. Why would I just swing? To me, swing trading is pointless, actually. It's pointless to me. Because they tell you, okay, it brings more relaxation and then you have peace of mind. I'm like, bro, I don't need this. I don't need this, to be honest. Okay, I take one lot for 718 pips. I get $7,000. Interesting, nice swing. It looks good on the chart. But I could have gotten $7,000 just yet. Risking that same 1% of my account here, I could have just done this risk, blah, 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 blah. I could have gotten that as well. So that's how I love to look at the chart, actually. I don't do swing trading, so if you have any swing trading ideology, you can apply my method or this method to it, and it works. I'm not going to say it doesn't work. Once you can catch a trade from a high time frame point of interest, you can hold it to another high time frame point of interest, if you understand. So now we have our demand zone here. Where's our POI in here? This is our POI. This is where we're looking at the price to react from. This unfilled IPA candle. I hope you know what an IPA is. If you don't, interesting. IPA emanating from our demand zone. Sorry, let me clean this up. Okay. Could have it all the way down to this point. Let me show you how the 50% works again. So now you take your trade again and again and again, applying the same 50% method. I wouldn't do that, but if you did, it's just an easier approach for people that don't like stress. Take your buy, yeah? I used to enter like this back when I first learned about order blocks, because I felt like, oh, 50 pips stop loss, not too big for me. 30 pips stop loss, not too big for me. So my first take profit would be here, this high, this weak high. No, it's actually, yeah, it's a weak high. Is it a weak high? No, it's a strong high. No, it's a weak high actually, because I didn't take liquidity. I'm just saying that now. So my first take profit will be here for a 1 to 4. 1 to 4 is to reward my second take profit will be at the supply zone, because I know the price is definitely going to come in here to mitigate it, if you understand. So I'll take 1 to 6, 250 pips easy, risking 40 pips. 1 to 6, not bad. But I don't do that, and I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. I love 2.5 pips stop losses, so I'll stick to that. By the way, if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section or send me a DM on Instagram or Telegram, actually. So, okay, why did I choose this zone here? As I explained before, this zone here emanated from a strong low, break of take of liquidity, break of first structure, break of second structure, price ranges high, and leaving behind what an order block, last down candle before the up candle, blah 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 blah. We all know that. If you're watching this video, you definitely know that. And then in its wake, what does it leave? What does it leave behind? A sweet ass IPA. Juicy IPA candle for me to trade from, or a hidden base if you want to be aggressive. This behind the hidden base for you, just right here, which is why I marked. Actually, I traded the hidden base myself. You go down to the 1 hour time frame. What do you see? A nice little IPA continuation. Then I think I took the trade on the 5 minute time frame or something, yeah, because I think that's where the doji was, or the 15 minute. I'm not sure, because here I am so pissed, bro, with the failure in the recording and all that stuff. Okay, yes, this was my POI. This reaction point here, this pressure candle, fancy name. So I call it pressure candles because I know that, okay, when you look at a doji, we all know what dojis are, right? They're indecision candles, equilibrium points in the market, a place where buyers are at the same level with sellers. So I take this candle here as my POI because it's fresh, it's unmitigated, it's an IPA, and it's a doji, and it has a lot of pressure. And it came from what a strong low. Look at multiple strong lows being formed. So some people say, oh, but that looks like liquidity, it looks like inducement. For what? Inducement for what? For what? Everything down this way has been mitigated. Like, I know it has been mitigated. If you understand order flow, you can see the way wicks are everywhere. Once you can see wicks everywhere on your chart, you already know that that's a sign of mitigation. Like, there is nothing left. Mitigation is flowing. So you can see here, we started from this strong low, this major strong low here. You see this? Strong low, take liquidity, break structure. Another strong low, take liquidity, break structure. Another strong low here, took liquidity again. You could even call this a strong low as well. In fact, it is. Took liquidity here. This is a nasty area, bro. Nasty price action here. So many weeks. Took liquidity. Where was the candle that crossed this? This low. It was around here, yes. Let me tell you the importance of using the right high when determining the strong low. The right high will let you know where the inducement is. You see, so you won't miss your trades. Why would I use this high here? This high has already done its job of breaking this low. Hence why there was a reaction of it. You can see this reaction. That two reactions, in fact. Reaction 1 in here. Reaction 2 in here. I wouldn't use that high. You know why? Because it's not the most recent low. It's not the most recent high that caused the break of the most recent low. I hope you understand. This high caused the break of this low, while this high here took out this one. I took this one as well. So I know that this is my strong low. That's my POI. This is my POI in here. My sweet ass IPA candle. Price comes into it. Pew. You see? First target, this equal highs in here. There is no reason, bros. and ladies, there's no reason to have tight stop losses. Sometimes it can be your ego, and I'm telling you, bro, it will do you more bad than good. There is no reason to have tight stop losses and say, oh, I must have high stop losses. You could definitely, this is your safe stop. This is your safe stop under here, right under. Let's say, because I like round numbers, 3.5 pips. Oh, you reach 3.5 pips, your take profit one, this level. This level here, let me show you. 1 to 2, nice. You make 1 to 2 pips, no problem. Interesting. 1 to 2 RR rather. Take your first partial there. Your second take profit will be here. The final take profit should be here. Should be here because this is the last region of a strong high. You can see tweak liquidity, bro structure. I hope you understand. See, it all repeats itself. It all repeats itself. Look. You know why this price came back? You see what I say. You see what I say about choosing the right breaker structure. Look, imagine you chose this breaker structure here because you feel like this was the last low, blah 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 blah. You, my friend, would have missed this beautiful sell that happened here. This beautiful sell, you would have missed it because you didn't choose the right breaker structure, bro. This was the low. This was the low that caused this high. If you chose this low, good for you, bro. You lost bag. We made bag. Sorry, I'm being corny. See, this is the last low. You see, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then once the structure was broken, we know this is our POI. This right here is our POI. This candle here is our POI. Let's see if it works. So you take your trade here, 50%, whatever you refine to the lower time frame, whatever method you use. Good for you, fam. You see, I'm explaining my entry model in all of this. I hope you understand. This is basically my entry model in all of this. So you come down to your lower time frame, you find your 5-minute IPA in here. Take this trade. Easy. No need to go lower, bro. No need to go lower. Take a trade here. Stop loss right above. 4 pips. 4 pips. First take profit will be here. Then you probably just aim for these lows here, this next strong low here. You know why this is a strong low? Because it did the same thing, it took liquidity and it broke structure as well. That's the strong low, like that's just your trade, done. 1 to 4. Interesting, you risk 1% of your account, you make 4%. No need for too much stress. This point I gave out is the major reason why you should know how to mark your breaker structure so you can figure out where the inducement is and where the proper stop loss, where the proper regions are. So this right here is the inducement. Yeah, this is the inducement because it failed to do what it fails to do a job. Its job actually. It failed to do its job of mitigation. It failed to mitigate this area. This could as well have been this or this. If you trade hidden bases, I think I could have done this, I'm not sure. But this, safe, no need to go crazy, no need to go ballistic. So took out liquidity here as well, break structure as well, blah, blah, blah. That's why this region is fine. I don't want to go through too much details. The most important regions I love to look at are major time frame demands or major time frame supply, because I know from there I can get nice reactions. So now let's go down to this trade here, this beautiful trade, and why you would have taken your profits where I took my profits. I'm going to be posting the screenshot of this trade in my Telegram because I analyzed it and I took the trade back in December 16th. All right, guys. Look what I said. We had what in here? You see how we're taking trades left, right, center. We had what in here? We had our stop hunt, breaker structure, inducement. Inducement can be from here to anywhere as long as it doesn't fill this POI. It's all an inducement. It's all a wide ass inducement, bro. As long as it doesn't do its job of filling the POI, it's all just big inducement, glamorous, enormous inducement. You see how the inducement is playing out? Keeps playing out, keeps playing out. Till it got there. That's where patience comes into trading, bro. We know we want to catch this trade. I could have cut this trade because when he took out this liquidity, I could have said, oh, nice, took out liquidity, wait for a lower time frame QM in here, take this buy to this point, wherever I'm safe. Bro, this is what patience gets you, bro. When I see that, okay, let me check if it's recording. Oh, thank God it's recording. We can now see, okay, this is my POI because it took out liquidity and broke structure and it left behind the pressure candle, a doji. I don't need to go low. I don't need to refine anything again. No need for refinement. Take this trade here, 1 to 15. Enter here, 2.7 pips stop loss. It's just that easy. It's that easy. First take profit, partials off here. I might not have done that. This would be my reasonable take profit 1, because I know this is just inducement for this guy here. So take profit 1, you get 100 pips, 1 to 30, 37, 100, insane, bro. Take profit 2, this strong low here, 150 if you like round numbers like I do, 1 to 50. And then, you know why price reacted this way from this level? It's all the same. It's all the same. Look at it. Take liquidity. You can see. I feel like I've given away so, like, if you can follow price like this and understand this, you're good to go. You're set, my bro. You're set. Took liquidity. Is this the structure that caused this high? Take a second. If you answer yes or no, you'll probably be wrong, because then you wouldn't know where the POI is. This is the low. This is the low that caused the high. You can see. In fact, I could go as bold to say, okay, but this is just fine. Let's not be ridiculous. So I know that this right here. Oh, why are you tweaking? I'm tired of trading view, fam. It keeps tweaking. I wish there was a better platform actually. Then what does it leave behind again? A lower time frame QM again. In there, took liquidity. Took liquidity in here. Broke this low, this structure here. Left behind one POI, second POI, but I'll use this. Some people will say, oh, these are equal highs, blah, 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 blah. I do not care. I wait for reactions, bro. I wait for reactions. Take your trade here. You know why I wouldn't use this doji? You could use this doji and have your stop loss above. You're still good. But you know why I wouldn't use it? Because it's an inducement as well. Sadly, I love dojis, but sadly, this is an inducement. It failed to take down this imbalance. It failed to fill it. So, filet mignon. Bro, I guess I'm not just good with trading view, fam. Oh, look, we were even taking out. That happens in I didn't even see this, but that happens in the market. We were taking out. Things like this are expected. Takes you out. Okay, you wait. You wait again. Wait for another QM. Look at this. This could have been your beautiful trade. You see this? Stop hunt. This is why you wait. You wait. Patience. Trading is a game of patience, bro. Trading is a game of patience. And where is your POI? This is your POI here. This hidden base. Hidden base, hidden demand, whatever you know it as. That's your POI. Take your trade there. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you could wait for a low time frame QM. I'm sure there's a 2 minute, 1 minute lower time frame QM in there. If you're a precision trader like me, I love precision trading. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Toby. Where's your brother? Okay. Didn't really present you with so many opportunities where you could have just taken that trade away. This one could have been your mitigation, but you'd have missed it. But just take your trade, yeah. No need to be ridiculous. We know we are trending up. Our order flow says go up, up, up. But this is why it is good to follow mitigation so you know when to hedge and where to hedge from. See, now we take our profit at 50R first profit. If you do that, I'm not going to say every time you hit 50R. I think this was the most R I've hit on the trade. This particular trade or something else. I think this was the most I've hit on the trade. But it happens sometimes. See, take profit 1 of the year. Because it's the failed low. It failed to even take out this low. Take profit 1, yeah. And that could just be all. Nothing is going to tell me that it's going to come back here, but I have notions that it will. Because look at this. What did it do again? What did it do again? If you're a swing trader, this could be reasons to stack up your entries. This video is long. I think I enjoy talking to myself. So we have another bullish QM in here. We have it in there. Price comes back, reacts to this POI here, this POI, right to the tip. I can already see the POI right from here. Last order block, blah blah blah. I think it missed this. Draw this. And I have missed this level, yeah. But that would be a POI for buys. Oh, if you added a good entry, nice, good buy for you. But you missed it, no problem. Don't be sad, bro. Don't be sad, no problem. What did he do again? I'm just giving you multiple examples. I think after this video should be done. What did he do again? Took what? Liquidity, right? Early buyers get stopped up. They get manipulated out of the markets. And what happens? They're behind a hidden base. Tight stop loss traders, this is a nice trade for you, but that's silly. Bro, that's very silly. You know, I see some guys on Instagram, they go, I caught one to 50R on 10 pips. Bro, shut up. Take a trade like this. This is more reasonable. This is proper risk management, not 0. Look at this. Why would I want a 0.2 pip stop just so I can post on Instagram? No, bro, I stick to my plan. Take 2 pip stop loss. I enjoy 2 to 2.5 pip stops. Easy. Where do you target? First take profit? Yeah. First take profit? Yeah. Because this is a failed high. Failed to take the low. Second profit? This high, yeah. And this could all just be all. Or you want to follow your trend direction, you keep trading, blah, 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 blah. Take your profit wherever you're okay with it. And with these few points of mine, I think I should have been able to convince you and not confuse you that this is my entry model, and I hope you learned something, 1 or 2 things from it. That's how I like to view the markets. Just easy. Let me show you a trade I think I took yesterday. Let me show you a trade. This arose from a complex pullback, this trade. I took my profit, I went to 16. Full take profit was done here. Let me show you. So as you can see on my chart, I'd been getting stopped out on this EUR USD sells. I took a sell here. I think I took a sell here. ran for a couple pips or some. Took me out. I was targeting lower prices. Took me out at break even from here. I think I had my BE right about there. Same thing around here. Took me out, took me out, took me out. But then around here, I said, oh, beautiful. What do we have around here? What's interesting me in price? I see my 2 hour, on this chart actually I analyzed with the 2 hours time frame. I saw my 2 hour beautiful Quasimodo was formed. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. First mitigation happened, second mitigation happened, structure broke here. First mitigation for early sellers if you enter this trade. Beautiful. Let me show you. Took liquidity here, broke its own low. That's the structural break. Then went up and broke this low too. Mitigated as well. So I was like, oh, nice. How can I benefit from this process of mitigation that's going on? Look, first mitigation was here. See, after taking this high here, you see, you have to really understand order flow and how mitigation works. After taking this high here, where was the last low before the breaker structure? This was the last low. Lows were broken in here. See, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, stop on, down, breaker structure. Then what did we have here? We had an IPA candle. See, why did price not come and fill this imbalance? Well, I don't know, but price doesn't have to fill every imbalance it creates every time it creates an imbalance. And besides, where's the inducement to this guy? What did he do? Where's the inducement? I can't call this inducement because it had in this one had an inducement right here. I think this is called reclaimed order blocks. So I don't trade all these intricate ICT methods. I try to keep things simple. So yeah, POI, you can see a POI. Follow mitigation. You don't trust this? Okay. Look for a lower time frame QM in here, in that POI. Watch for a lower time frame reaction. What do you get? I think on the seconds time frame, I don't really like to go to the seconds. Lowest I go to is 15 seconds. But what am I looking for, bro? I'm not trying to snipe every single thing in the market. I'm just trying to take what the market gives. And you can see on the 15 seconds, this is a nice supply. This is a nice supply level on the 15 seconds, which is why it worked well on the higher time frame. Price is fractal, apples on the lower time frame, apples on the higher time frame. And this is also a 5-minute supply candle. So you take your first sell here, take your profit here, easy. This trade, very beautiful trade. I was proud because this was my first take profit hit during the week for 16R, because during the week I was just having B's, break evens, losses. The week was kind of ass for me, bro, to be honest. But this was my first take profit hit. So what did I do? I saw this on my 10 minutes, I think. Yes, on my 10 minutes. I saw, okay, nice doji in here. Nice gravestone doji, because I used to really understand candlesticks. Nice gravestone doji signifying sales. What's the reason for price to come back to this level? I could see that, okay, stop hunt, breaker structure, 2 hour Quasimodo. Why should I take my trade to this point? Because there's no reason. This is already another strong high rather. There's already strong highs in here, low time frame strong highs. So then I went down to the 2 minute and then I saw this. Oh, interesting, nice. Supply zone, 2 minute supply zone. I will not talk about the way I look at my supply zones. Yeah, that would be for the boot camp. And then I was like, oh, nice. 1 minute. Okay, looking nice. Supply. This was my actual entry. Yeah? I'm not gonna lie to you. This was my actual entry because I saw this nice 1 minute order block on tap, or my 1 minute IPA. Could have just done this because this was breaker structure, take up liquidity, breaker structure, blah blah blah. But as I said before, and I've said a few times, my plan is 2.5 pip stop losses. I don't want to have 1 pip stop loss and be greedy. I'm not trying to be some guys on IG. So 2.5 pips for my stop hunt. I could have as well done this, bro. I'd had a 1 to 30, 1 to 30 pro, but I wasn't interested. Take what the market gives you. So on my 5 minute, I just took that trade because I already saw everything lined up. And funny thing was, it came in line with the news. So sometimes the news can be an asshole to your trades, and the news can also be like full. So I saw it was building inducement, failed to mitigate this, mitigated this one first. You can see first mitigation, fell, second mitigation, and then I wrote it down. Jolly. Same entry model, just a more complex view of it. So please go back, watch this video again if you don't understand, and backtest. It helps, bro. It helps. This has been Proton. Have a great day. See ya.